Okay, okay.
Hi guys, welcome to another edition of the Rangman podcast. Unfortunately, Dev Tyagi couldn't be a part of it. He's held up with some work. But today I have a very special guest, my mentor in my 12 years in advertising, an inspiration figure in my life. His name is Tushar Kadam. Welcome, Tushar.
Thank you.
So this gentleman here, while he is a kick-ass rock star of advertising, before he started his journey in the communication business. He was an ardent hockey lover, rather still is, and was a school, college, and community level hockey player too. So today we discuss India's chances at the upcoming Olympics with their first match against New Zealand starting tomorrow with the expert Tushar Kadam. So Tushar, welcome. Uh,
An
it's an
expert.
honor to yeah. We like to show that we bring on big people on a podcast. That's us. Uh,
Not an expert, but a lot has changed since the time that I played hockey, and
so when was that,
like
Tushar? When
on.
did you play hockey? So if you
Oh
can
my
give us
God.
a quantifiable timeline on that.
Maybe more than. So, for example, if I may be in school, so it must have been 1986,
Wow.
you know?
Surprisingly, you
Yeah.
don't look that old. That's a compliment to you. So in
Thank you.
1986, you started playing this beautiful game. So before we get on to your playing time, uh, how big was cricket at that point in time in the 80s as compared to hockey? Was India making the shift to cricket at that point in time, or was hockey still the go-to sport, so to speak?
The hockey was great, and so was football. But in our school, cricket was not allowed because somebody got hit and you know was a serious injury. So
Right.
uh, cricket was not allowed in our school. It was allowed in college, it was allowed in our universities and everything, but not in school.
It's so
So in our
refreshing
school
to
we had only hockey.
it's so refreshing to know at least one school doesn't allow cricket, despite the fact that it's a religion in a country.
Yeah, because it was a serious injury, and people were playing with a cricket ball, which caused a serious injury.
So how was
Serious
your
enough
time
to
serious enough to?
serious enough to have caused
Dire
I don't want to say
consequences.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. So moving on, how was your initial experience of playing hockey? What were you? Were you a forward, midfielder, goalkeeper, defender?
So okay, so we had a lot of positions at that point of time. We had so I used to be a right in, and sometimes I used to be a left in. But that time the game was very different. It was about individual skills.
Right,
So if it was a defender, it was how hard could you tackle, and then how hard could you hit the ball, you know.
right,
So it was all about skill,
right.
right? Uh, then the game changed completely when AstroTurf came in. Uh,
So
it
what did you
was
play
not.
on, Tushar? You
I
played on
played on
grass.
grass. I played on grass sometimes, like in my school. We played on grass. In college, we played on mud, sometimes on grass. Depends on which college you went to and what grounds did they have. Uh, so it was a
So
completely different game. In
can I
fact,
safely say that the greener the grass, the greener is your performance?
no, no, nothing like that. I always tried to be consistent. But the thing is that on grass, there was still water, right? Because dew used to set in the morning, and then used
And
to go
guys, we
and
are not
play and
referring to
play.
Mountain Dew. Huh? It's the dew that sets in the
Not
morning.
not not at all, not at all.
Yeah,
But if you
because it
want to,
doesn't
you
set
can.
on the mountains, it sets on the field. It sets on grass. It's not mountain.
Yeah. So
Go on, Tushar.
we can. So we used to like the grass was much faster
Right,
than a ground, right?
right.
Because grass had some wetness on it, and then like the ball was also a leather ball, so it used to get wet. It was not the ball that we have today. So hockey has really evolved in that sense. I think it has evolved more than cricket, more than football. Rules have evolved more than football and cricket.
So, Tushar, in
So
your
it
playing
has
time,
completely changed.
right? In your playing time, how inspired were you by Team India with their performances? As you talk about the
Oh,
80s,
we were uh, we were inspired by people like Mohammad Shahid, Zafar Iqbal. You know,
right?
uh, they used to say, "Hey, Mohammad Shahid." Okay, and for me, to they used to say, "Hey, pakad pakad, wo batla ko pakad," because I was short,
Right.
right? So they used to say, "Catch that guy." So I used to be okay. I was never so fast also, but yeah. So scored a few goals in my times.
And how much did the 8 Olympic golds that our beautiful nation had won, the last being in 1980, how much did that impact you as a person who chose hockey over other sports?
No, I chose football also, but
Okay.
unfortunately, everybody grew taller, and even one shoulder push used to put me out of it. So I said, okay, let me stick to hockey, because hockey had rules, and they had rules from the very beginning.
And guys, I must tell you,
So
Tushar Kadam is a person who always has abided by any rule that you throw at him. He's the most law-abiding citizen that there is in a country. So hats off to him there.
thank you.
Go on, sir.
No, so that's the way it was. I mean, I saw hockey change in front of me
Right.
from a skill game from Mohammad Shahid, Zafar Iqbal, and all these people to Australia, to Spain, to Argentina, to Belgium. It just became a game of speed. And I was like, okay, how would we ever do this? And this today's Indian team has proof that they are up to the mark.
Surely, by being number 4 in world hockey, I'm sure they are up to the mark. So when you talk
Yeah.
about the game evolving from skill to speed and to maybe stamina and to more fast-paced thing, how do you see the Indian players? How have they evolved from the 80s to the generation that'll be, so to speak, holding our flag up high at the Olympics this year? I mean, starting from
Oh,
tomorrow.
I think they have evolved tremendously. We would not be number four,
Right.
today. And there are enough players in our team, So if you were to mention our captain, even Manpreet Singh,
Right.
okay, he has been outstanding.
Right.
Okay, but I just feel that in our defenders, starting from Shrijit,
Yeah.
okay, I think he's going to be a PS Shrijesh.
You're talking about a goalkeeper, PS Fijish.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
PS
He's like a wall in
Shrijesh.
a goal. Huh? I mean,
Yeah,
there are more chances of the virus hitting us than the ball going the back of Srijit's net.
correct.
Yeah. So before Tushar, the question I actually wanted to ask you is before we go into dissecting the players that will be playing at the Olympics starting from tomorrow. Uh, how have you seen the Indian players in terms of like India was the major force in hockey right from 1928 to 1960, if I'm not mistaken, 1956 rather, winning like
1980 also.
1982, so winning like 7 goals in a row till 1956, 6 goals in a row till 1956, then 64 winning their seventh, and then 1980 winning their last. So from then till the European team, so to speak, like they took the ascendancy in the game. What did you think went down with the Indian performance that the team suddenly started losing?
See, if you really ask me, I think that it was astroturf.
Right,
It was basically our game was always individual.
right,
Okay, even with Dhanraj Pillai, for example, you know, he brilliant, absolutely brilliant, but uh, could not and we have won more than we come to the Olympics again and again, but we've also won a few Asian games as well, you know, from 1980 to now. It's not, we won a few Commonwealth medals as well. It's not that we've not won. It's not that it's the only difference being that we've not won a major Olympic medal, right? In Rio also, we were quarterfinalists, but we
right.
lost to Spain. So
Yeah. So that's
that's
been the sad
the,
part.
yeah, that's the
So
sad part. But we have coped up. We have
yeah,
come up.
yeah. So why would you put your finger on this Indian hockey team to do like really well in the Olympics this year? Because I'm sure that nothing less than a gold is going to suffice for the 1.4 billion Indian supporters that'll be backing the team. So, so why do you think India will raise the flag to the level they would? They'll hoist it to the pinnacle. So why do you think that would happen? Or rather, what do you see in this team that's going to spark or that's going to ignite the Bharat Army fire?
See, I think that we have got a great goalkeeper. I think, okay.
Right.
Uh, we have got a really good captain under whom India has done well in
Who's Manpreet
Manpreet.
Singh? Yeah.
Yeah, and we also have got some great forwards.
Right.
Okay, in Manpreet, in Lalit
Mandeep Singh.
Upadhyay,
Mandeep Singh and
Mandeep
Lalit
Singh,
Upadhyay. Yeah.
Upadhyay, and also I forget his name. One, and Dilpreet Singh.
Right.
Right. So
So you feel the
uh,
youngsters are going to make a difference because I believe this team, the 16, has like 10 people who haven't played the Olympics before.
no, no, but they are not young.
Okay.
They are playing their first Olympics for various reasons, but there have been people who have, you know, uh, who have not played in an Olympics, but that doesn't mean that they've not been a part of this Indian team.
Right. So this unit that we brought to the Olympics, they've been together since how many years now, Tushar?
At least 6 years.
Oh, so this team has been as a unit. They've been playing as a unit since the last 6 years. No wonder the good performances. Uh,
Yes, and under Graham Reed, who's a great tactician.
he's read
I
this
think
team
we
really
should.
well, no? Hasn't
Yes, yes, he has.
Graham Reed is doing a lot of reading for the Indian team. But guys, his
Yes,
surname is not Read, it's Rei.
Sorry.
So tell us something about Graham Reed. In fact, Tushar, I was reading an article in the Times, I think today itself, where Graham Reed was saying that physically this team is as good as any, the Indian team is as good as any in the Olympics. It's about the mental aspect that they need to conquer because for about 16 months, they haven't really played hockey of any consequence, so to speak, because of the lockdown, because of the virus that's practically brought the world to a standstill. So, from a mental angle, he's saying that the team really needs to step up. Physically, they're pretty much there. So, what do you think on this?
No, so I think that we are there mentally,
Right?
because I feel that uh, the youth can come over anything. Okay,
Yeah,
and we've got youth on our side.
yeah,
Right, we've got only 6 members who have played the Olympics before. 10 of them have not, so they are debutants. So I just feel that mentally they should be really strong. Mentally, they should be able to perform. Physically, obviously, like Graham Reed says, and he's an Australian, so he must be a stickler for uh, everything
perfection.
that's physical.
Yeah,
Yes,
right. Physical
yeah.
perfection.
So yeah, so our biggest uh, in our group, it's like the first 4 teams qualify
Yeah,
for the quarterfinals. So I'm sure that Australia and India will qualify for sure. We should be able to beat uh, New Zealand, Spain, Argentina uh,
Japan.
quite easily, given their current form and given our
Yeah,
current form.
Japan is
Uh,
also another team, no? In the group.
Japan,
Yeah,
the hosts,
the host. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
hosts. So yeah, but they're good, but they're okay. I mean, nobody really talks about Japan when it comes to world hockey, but you know. So
Uh,
I think
so if we go analyzing game on game, so we play New Zealand tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. our time. So do you see India comprehensively beating New Zealand, or would that be a tough game?
no, we should beat them. We have beaten them in the
Like,
past.
right,
We've beaten them in tests, you know,
the
like
bilateral
hockey
series.
tests.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, bilateral series. We've beaten them
yeah.
comprehensively. So
So if you were to
we
predict
beaten
a scoreline,
Argentina.
no, I'll
I think,
keep going from one team to another in our group stage. So
yeah.
first,
So
let's talk New
I
Zealand.
think New Zealand we beat 3-1.
Okay. So you see us beating New
Okay.
Zealand 3-1 tomorrow.
No, no. I see us beating
Ah,
New
that's
Zealand.
what I'm saying. You see India
Yeah,
beating
yeah.
New Zealand 3-1 tomorrow. That's
Easily.
quite a oh nice. So that's quite a scoreline you just said there. So then moving to Australia in the next game, that would be a tough one, I'm guessing.
Oh, that would be a tough one.
So what do you
That would
see
really
us
be a
doing
tough.
there?
I hope it goes 0-0.
So you
But
don't
it's not
fancy
possible in
us.
hockey.
Uh,
Uh, if
there's
we
bound to be
beat
a goal in those
Australia,
4 quarters. No?
yeah,
Yeah,
I I I honestly can't predict on that one, because they're a tough team. Uh, but we are also good. We are also lightning. Uh, you know. So like this Olympics, I would like to call them the Lightning Blues.
right. The Indian team has just been given a new term by Tushar Kadam called as the Lightning Blues. Nice. That's why even I'm wearing a blue T-shirt here to just show support and solidarity for my team India, who I really love and rock. So then, Tushar, after Australia, we go on to face Spain, if I'm not mistaken. So what do you see us
Yes.
doing against Spain?
Oh, we'll beat them. We'll beat them. We'll beat Argentina. We'll beat
So then it's
Japan.
Japan and last is Argentina. That's the way
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go about playing a
yeah,
group game.
yeah.
So you see us beating
So
everyone, barring
I'm saying
Australia.
that barring Australia, I don't know how that game is going to go, but we will be number one or number two.
So speaking about Australia, Tushar, till some time back, I'm sure any expert would put the odds in Australia's favor to a 90% chance of beating India. But now with India's resurgence in the sport, so to speak, do you think it comes at a 50-50%, or do you still tip Australia to beat us?
See, I'd say it's 50-50,
Right.
right?
Why do you say so?
It's I say so because see, they are they also have experience and youth,
Right.
right? Uh, so in that case, how do we predict? Because they are the number one team. Okay, they uh, have the speed. Now we are going to be playing in Tokyo, so we don't know what the conditions are going to be and how it's going to be. So
Right.
I'm just I I think that India has a great chance of a podium finish this year. And giving me the
Giving you the
opportunity
glory of
to
gold. But
right.
tell me something, Tushar. So we know that there won't be any spectators in the stand. Do you think that would play a big role in terms of motivating the teams? I mean, rather the lack
No,
of
I
motivation of not having
no,
supporters.
no, I don't think so. I think it is just going to be self belief, determination, coaches' words, and the supporting words from the supporting staff, and the whole team just coming together. That's what it's going to be. I don't think that any team ever plays for uh, an audience helps, of course, but you play for your country, you play for yourself, and you play for the entire team to win.
So we can safely say, while the support won't be in person, in spirit, India has all the support they need.
Of course, they will be on their phones looking at tweets, and
Right,
this is the world of social media, right? So they
right,
will be on their phones, they will
So
know
Tushar,
what people are saying about them.
right. Okay, so if we were to just for argument's sake, or rather not argument's sake, but I hope this happens. If India were to win the gold, how big would it be for a country back home? Do you think
Oh,
that hockey will at least get some surgence of say, what should the word be? I think recognition, so to speak, or acceptance vis-a-vis people going crazy for cricket with the fanboys, so to speak.
see, I'm saying hockey was always a big thing.
Right,
Okay, even when we were growing up, or when I was growing up, and when I think most people grow up, even in Bombay, like I remember Bombay coming and playing against us, and they beat us some 8-0 in Pune.
right.
Okay, so hockey was big even in Bombay, and hockey is not going to go anywhere because it
No, so I'm
is
saying that do you think hockey will get the much needed push if India wins the gold? Because right now, the way cricket overpowers hockey, it's like it's anyone's to guess that people consider cricket to be a bigger sport than they consider hockey. In fact, I think people, youngsters, warm up to football also even more than they do hockey. So if India wins the gold, my question is that will hockey get the much needed push and recognition and rather acceptance with our population at large?
to be honest with you, that's what I was trying to get to. It already has that acceptance.
Okay.
Okay, it
Why do you say so?
already does. It already does with FIH and everything that is going on. Uh, it if it all boils down to money, then yeah, cricket is bigger.
Yeah.
But it's not that we don't love hockey.
Okay, so if I were to
It,
ask you that, how much, uh, so should the hockey players, if they win that cup, if they win the gold, shouldn't they be financially rewarded at least to a much larger degree than they are right now as compared to the cricketers? Because winning the Olympics in hockey is as big as lifting the Cricket World Cup. At least I think so. So don't you think that the hockey players should also be put at the same pedestal as their cricket counterparts, even financially, so to speak?
I think it has improved. Obviously, it's not as big as cricketers, but it's definitely improved. And I think that uh, with FIH coming in and everything, uh, it is better. I don't know how you are going to compare cricket with hockey because uh, everybody is a cricketer in the gully, here, there, everywhere. Not everybody is a hockey player, you know, who can turn that stick
The
like
irony of
this.
cricket is that there's a gully on the field and there's a gully off the field also, and they're just playing there.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So how? I don't think we can compare the two sports anymore. Though everyone says that hockey is our national game,
How many people
but
know that hockey is a national game? Do you think the youth of
yeah,
this
but
country actually knows that hockey is a national game?
but uh, India just announced that we have no national game because we don't want to, promote anything that goes against any game. All games are equal to us.
But
We thought
actually, that's
kabaddi
not the
was our
case.
national game,
Right.
but kabaddi is the national game of Bangladesh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So
But
it's very funny.
but I would still believe that hockey should be given more recognition than it is right now. And especially if we win the Olympic gold,
Oh,
it has to soar to
if we
another
do,
level.
it will go to another level.
It
I'm
should go.
telling you. But they
It
have
should.
to. But they have to do it. They have to, like you said, they have to have that belief in themselves. क्योंकि right now people are thinking, चलो bronze मिला तो great. Okay.
Are
Number
people
4
really
team
thinking
को,
about just a podium finish, or are people actually expecting India to get a gold? Because for
see,
me, I think
people are
nothing less than
definite.
a gold is going to suffice.
See, if you are going to get into the semi-finals,
Right.
you are going to play the bronze medal match,
Right.
right?
No, so in the
You
semi-final,
win
so
the
first you'll play
semi-final.
for the final, no?
So if you win the semi-final,
Yeah.
then you will
Surely get a gold or
go
a
for
silver.
silver or gold,
Yeah, that's
right? So now it all depends on the belief of people.
right.
You know, the
Right.
people, more than the people, it's the team. They have to believe in themselves.
Right.
And I think that this team has belief,
Right.
and I think that this team is all they need is reassurance from fans,
Right.
from people like us, from the coach, from the support staff, from their families. That's what they need, and this team will do it.
Two words I pick up from what you just said. One is obviously what you brought up, belief, and the other is hope. I'll tell you why hope. Because if this team plays with belief that they can win, that they can be the number one in Olympics, it's going to give massive hope to people back home. So these two words need to go hand in hand, belief
Correct.
and hope, and then India can just totally soar.
Yeah, I
And why only the men's team? Yeah, I would think even the women's team should be doing a lot of justice to the way they play. And why can't they also take a podium finish? Because we need happiness in its entirety. Just don't need happiness from the men's team. The hurrah needs to
yeah,
come from both.
maybe they can, but
Yeah,
like I just know a few players from the Indian women's hockey team,
right.
right? So, but we are weak in the women's team. We are quite weak in defense.
Right.
But the Indian men's team is robust overall,
Right.
right? So if the Indian women's team is ranked eighth, and if they do something wonderful,
So the expectation obviously is more from the men's team as compared to the women's team.
oh, for sure. This
But
year,
if the
everybody is expecting them to do something, and it's just not me. It's the pundits. It's everyone who's saying that the Indian men have a great chance of a podium finish, and we will win a medal after 41 years, is what
uh,
everyone is saying.
4 decades,
Four
I mean,
decades.
this no one would have been born from this current team. Yeah. Forget being born; they wouldn't be an idea. Also, 1980 was when we won the Olympics. But
Correct.
I would still say that I will not underestimate women's team also, because if they play to their potential, they'll also
Oh,
surely
for
get
sure.
something.
For sure.
So for viewers, India is going to be rocking for both in both the men's competition as well as the women's competition. So Tushar, we've been speaking for a good half an hour right now. Uh, as we
Right.
conclude this podcast, is there a message that you would want to give to our hockey team as well as our viewers, as well as a support system in India on how, or rather, whatever you want to say as a concluding message?
I just want to say that we believe in you.
Right?
We believe that you are going to do your best, and we hope that you achieve what you believe in.
So powerful words there by Tushar Kadam, a hockey player, a hockey expert, advertising professional, a brilliant copywriter. If the saying that a man with a multiple hats had to come true, it has to be Tushar Kadam to one edge. Because each and every hat that this gentleman wears is like fascinating to the core. So that was another edition of the Rangman Show. We surely hope for an Indian victory, uh, going right till the top. India winning a gold in the men's competition for sure. I would not underestimate the women also. They should also get a podium finish as the minimum. Uh, they have all our support, all our blessings, all our best wishes, and we have. I can safely say that there are 1.4 billion people who are right behind the men's team and the women's team to soar to their potential. So that's another edition of the Rangman Show with Tushar Kadam. This is Pranay Rangra. Unfortunately, there's no Dev Tyagi today. Signing off till we bring another edition of the Rangman Show. So cheers, guys. Please watch, like, subscribe. Your subscriptions help us soar, grow. As you support the Indian team, please support us also. So that's me signing off. Thank you, Tushar, for being a special guest of honor, and hope
Thank
to
you.
have you soon again. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.